my eyes have been opened by a film that has just come out on Amazon Prime called The Great Schools Robbery. And I'm just going to play a short clip of it before I speak to Chester Young, who's a producer, writer and director.
Hi, I'm Adrian from the TFB. I've come to collect the petition.
Is Damien Hines not available?
No, I'm sorry, it's just standard that official will come and collect it, but I will make sure that he gets to see it.
Okay, this letter is especially for him.
Yeah.
There's about 10 or so letters from parents of John Rowan.
Yes.
We want him to revoke the Academy order.
Yeah.
We've had enough of being ignored, we've had enough of the lies, we've had enough of the pretense. It's about time came down and acknowledged the fact that there is a massive, massive problem. It's our children. Our children can't afford the private schools that Mr. Hines can afford. And, you know, the RSCs that he's appointing are quite incapable of doing the job. They're sending out emails with threads on to parents saying, shut these parents down. It's ridiculous.
You should respect our teachers that are here today, respect the parents and our children, and just listen. And we know that Damien has the power to revoke the order. He has the power.
I'm trying to get him in high, and he's escaping here. I'm going to the back door, trying to see if I can find him. Oh, it's a cat and mouse.
Mr. Damien, hi. How are you, sir? My name is Chester Young. I'm a documentary filmmaker doing a film on academisation.
It's nice
Do you
to
think
see.
the process of academisation is undemocratic, ignoring parents and teacher in the process?
No, I think it's a good
Planting
opportunity for many schools, and many make that choice. But excuse me.
But can I have an interview with you, because I think it's important for you to comment?
Do feel free to absolutely to make contact with the office in the normal way. Of course, I'll get back to you.
I did make a...
Thank you.
Okay, I will. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chester Young. Thank you for joining us. Now, I learned so much from your film. It's just come out on Amazon Prime. The Great Schools Robbery. The academisation of schools has been going on quietly under the surface for some time. Can you tell us what got you to make this feature-length film on this subject?
Yeah, well, really, yeah, it's been going on for a long time, starting from the 1988 with changing policies in education. But people don't know about it, and it made it worse when the Conservative coalition with the Liberal Democrats in 2010 changed the policy to privatize all schools, like full swing. And at that time, the university was also privatized. So the students went out to demonstrate. But mainstream media didn't actually tell us that primary schools as well as secondary schools were also in the same policy to be privatized. So I was a governor in a primary school in Canning Town, East London. I was there for around 10 years, but when the head teacher wanted to create our own academy trust, decided to kind of replace the governors, because it was only the governors that can decide whether the school could be academized. And so when I started to challenge it, because I could not really clock it, because I don't know about it. And I'm a person who is current, you know, I listen to the news, I'm involved with local people, with local politics, making films about it. And I never knew that there was a policy to privatize all schools, in secondary as well as primary. And so when I resisted that, I started to ask questions in the governing board saying, why is this necessary when the school is very good, it's outstanding school? And then later, the head teacher manipulated to replace governors in the governing board that kind of voted against me to get me out of the governing board because I was asking too many questions. Then I started to kind of investigate it and thinking, what's going on? Then I realized there was a policy by the government called the Academies Act 2010 that states to privatize all schools. Basically, it's taking schools from local community control, where the governors kind of oversee the running of the school and can challenge the head teacher and all that kind of stuff, and also can inspire to improve the school if there are special measures. So to take that away to a private trust, one trust can run up to 20 schools, like the Harris Academy Trust, wherein the guy who run Carpet Right sponsored the conservative government, and then now he owns nearly, I think, up to 20 schools or something like that. So one trust won the same 20 schools, for example, and impose the same policy. There's no individuality, and teachers don't have power, and community don't have no power, because there will be no effective governorship. They still have governors, but the governors don't have any power to influence the school, to change anything in the school. And the trust oversee the running of the school, and the trust answer to the Secretary of State for Education. So if you have an issue with the school, or the school have an issue with parents, the only way to resolve is to go to court. So the local authority have no more power to run those schools or oversee them. So this is what happens. So that's why I thought it's really important to make the documentary, because people are not aware of it. I was not aware of it, and my local community were not aware of it. It's just when it started that a group of parents came to me, because I was the parent governor, and asking what's going on. So they organized and they started to campaign against it in East London. And it was really an amazing campaign, really great characters, and they're just fascinating. And they came together and they pushed the council. They tried to change the laws in the local council and to block the academization of all the schools in East London, in Newham. So, and then later I decided to go across the country to see if this is the same happening in other areas in the country. And I find out it's the same policy. And then later they used Ofsted to go deliberately fail in school, because what happened was there was resistance from governors, who, like me, myself, who are trying to say, no, we don't want to academize. So the government said, okay, it's slow, because since 2010, because I started making the film in 2017, now 7 years since the Academies Act 2010, it was slow, and the council trying to influence, replacing governor, but there are really good governors out there, local people from local communities saying, no, we don't want to academize, we want it to be under local control. So the government used Ofsted, so they created a new policy that they added in to the Academies Act that say if Ofsted fail a school or put into special measures, it will automatically be academized, become an academy. So, so I started to follow that as well, trying to interview Ofsted. They just ignored me, politicians. That's why I had to doorstep some people and to get answers. So it's all close up, and the mainstream media is not talking about it. So basically, all our assets is taken away and be stripped off. And the main thing is the playing fields. Imagine the land in the playing field, the cost, the value of assets, and we're losing it already. We're losing it. So that's why I made a film. And
well, it's incredible, because you've gone to many other schools that have had that experience, and it's a fantastic film. And I've put the link on the chat there if anyone wants to get the Amazon Prime link on it. I had no idea about Ofsted having the power to, if they mark down a school, that it sort of automatically has to become an academy. I mean, that's frightening. Yes, it does, because they have the power to come to school for a brief moment, 2-3 days, maybe, it depends on the visit. And then looking at statistics, just looking at the way the school is run on that moment, and categorize the school and can put into special measure, and automatically there's no way you can do it. Governors can't even appeal it straight to the academy. And then the council will then decide what academy trust will come to take over that school. And they will impose it, even if, let's say, the head teacher or the governors, the existing governors, because sometimes they will replace the governorship. They will create an interim governor to come in, and nobody will be able to argue what academy trusts can come. And they will impose a failed academic trust that is not good, because there's record out there that shows that some academy trusts are failing schools.
So they can take that school, that academic choice that is failing schools and say, they're going to run your school. And you have no choice, no say in it.